good to publish the articles? My sock is wet. Hi. It's snowing outside. It's pretty bad. And I can testify because I had to drive through it to get to work this morning. But these are all my books. But I don't know what I have anymore. As you can see, it's pretty deep. Stick most of my arm in there. There's books back here. I don't even know what they are, and I want to because I want to read them. So we're gonna reorganize my shelf a little bit more purposefully. Right now, my strategy is just throwing things places, and that will continue to be my strategy, but I feel like if I put the books that I have already read and don't plan on rereading, or books that I don't plan on reading anytime soon in the back, I would be better off. So let's go through this. This is exciting. Let's start with this side. First we have don't look at me. On Earth We're Beautifully Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I love this book. I just finished it this week and it was great. As you can see, I tapped it quite a bit. This stack. Oh my god. You're gonna notice I'm not very kind to my books. I like them to look like they've been read. This is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Haven't read it, waiting for the summer, so this is gonna go in a separate pile. We're gonna make piles, I've just decided. This is Trick Mirror, Gia Talentio, maybe? Sorry, I'm really bad at reading things. Haven't read this, don't know if I plan on reading it anytime soon. I'm not comfy. Can you tell? I'm moving a lot. Let me put this down. Oh wow! Next we have Happy Hour by Marlo Granados. Have not read it. I do want to read this soon. So this will be going in the front. Modern Love by Daniel Jones. This one, there's a hair that needs to go away. I feel like I probably could read this soon, so I'm gonna put this in the front pile. This book I got from my internship. The author Martin J. Schreiber, I don't know. Sorry, King. Called me his best friend, and I don't even know how to say his last name. There's the hair. Get away from me. This is My Two Elaines. I might read this soon, but I don't know if I will. So we'll see where this ends up going. He wants to see Taylor Swift in concert, in case anyone wanted to know. Homesick for Another World by Tessa Moshfegh. Moshfegh. I feel like I said that really weird. Moshfegh. Why does that sound weird? This I have not read. I just bought it like 2 weeks ago, something like that, but it sounds crazy and I feel like this could be a fun like winter read. So I'm gonna put this probably in the front of my bookshelf. Bunny, Mona Wad. I do want to read this. Another Otessa Moshfegh. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I did read this recently, a couple months ago actually. I liked it, but since I already read it, it's not going in the front. Then I got into a little bit of a rom-com moment over winter break while I was home. So I read Tessa Bailey's Wreck the Halls. This was fine. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was really fun. It's just like the plot was driven by them being horny, and that was something I didn't really care for. I'm gonna put it in the back. It's a Christmas book. It's January. I don't care anymore. This is The Last Word by Kate Birchall? Sorry, Katie. This was a good book. This was another one I read over Christmas break. I enjoyed it though. I thought it was fun and it wasn't too smutty. I'll read a smutty book, but when it's Tessa Bailey and all they want to do is bang each other and there's no character development because of that, I'm annoyed. This was good, but I read it. It's going in the back. This is Feminist Theory and Pretty Woman by Mari Rudy. This is a book I needed for class. Although it has some interesting film criticism ideas in it. So if you're interested in talking about pretty women in feminist media, I'd highly recommend it. Next I have Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This was a book I bought a while ago. Haven't read it yet, want to read it. We'll be putting this in the front. Next we have Days of Abandonment by Ella Ferrante, who wrote The Wedding. What is that? Oh, My Brilliant Friend. It's the girls a bride on the cover. I did read this. It was really fun. Mom losing her mind after her husband leaves her. Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I started reading this and then I realized I was not in the mood to read it, so I DNF'd it for the time, but I am going to finish it. I've ruined books for myself because I've read them at the wrong time, so I am just gonna come back to it later. This will probably go in the front in case that time comes. Next we have Terminal Boredom by Izumi Suzuki. Look at that cover. That's so fucking cool. I'm obsessed with it. This is a collection of short stories that I have yet to read, that I want to read, so it's gonna go in the front. Emily Ratajkowski, My Body. I think I'm gonna read this in the summer. It's gonna be a summer read, meaning it's gonna go in the back for now. Belljar, Sylvia Plath. Read it, loved it. Next we have Just Kids by Patti Smith. I'm sorry for the glare, this book is shiny. Also read this for school. This is The White Album by Joan Didion. Another great collection of words by this woman. I love Joan Didion. I want to read more of her stuff, but I did read this, so it's gonna go in the back. There's a lot of pink books, which I'm like totally a fan of. Next book I got is Night Shift. Who is this by? Annie Crown. The reason I got this is because my friend Lauren sent me a TikTok and she was like, you should read this because I did the closing shift at a library last semester. She wants some hot basketball boy to come down and, I don't know, make out with me or something. I did just buy this and I do want to read it relatively soon because I feel like it'd be fun, so I'm gonna put that there. There as in the front of the bookshelf. My Antonia by Willa Carter. Also read this for school. This was for my English class. It was good. I'm not crazy about it. Probably would have enjoyed it more if I read it for pleasure like I had originally intended. I did not buy this for class, but I did end up reading it in class. This is Film as Art. This is a book I got at a secondhand shop by Rudolf Arnheim. I just like books about film because crazy enough, I'm a film major and that's kind of like a thing I like. Next, another film book. A lot of them are in this stack, so be prepared. This is Birth of a Motion Picture. Forgot the author's first name, but it says Abrams on the side. It's basically a film history book, and I think it's very exciting. I will put this out here. I hate Thomas Edison. Do with that what you will. This is Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. Haven't read it. Don't think I'm gonna read it soon, so this is gonna go in the back. This is Let Me Tell You What I Mean by Joan Didion. I think I did read this. I don't remember reading this. Although, I do love Joan Didion's. Oh, I do remember reading this. I remember this now. Okay, it was a great book. I already read it, so. This is Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Suzanne. I haven't read this yet, but I would love to read it soon. So this is gonna go in the front. This is Film and Literature by Anthony Corrigan. I'm taking a film and literature class this coming semester. Gonna eat it up at some point, but not right now. Couples by John Updike. Haven't read it. Bought it at Half Price Books. The pages are pink. I don't know if I will read it soon. I'm probably gonna put it in the back. It's not calling to me right now, so whatever. This is Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. I feel like I could read this soon. I'm gonna put this in the front. Oh, it's also, sorry, it's translated by Francis Stiegmuller? Stiegmuller? Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Mark Twain, I had to check. Isn't that embarrassing? Read a chapter for my English class. Don't think I'm gonna be reading it soon. It's gonna go in the back. Another film book! This is Action by Bill Brown. It's a textbook I needed for my class that we never actually looked at. It's basically just like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is Empire Strikes Back. I have read this. It's written by Rebecca Harrison. It is a film analysis, critique, whatever you would like to call it. It's great and it's crusty. This is M by Anton Keyes. It's the same thing as The Empire Strikes Back. It's just a film analysis. Haven't read it yet though. I honestly would like to read this soon because I love film history. This is Camera Lucidia by Roland Barthes. It's basically just photography. It's a photography book. This is Godard on Godard, translated. Critical Writings by Jean-Luc Godard, edited by Jean Norabi and Tom Milne. I'm so sorry to that man. Haven't read this. This book, yes. I love Buster Keaton. He has a very special place in my heart just because I am a film history girly, so I just love him. This is Keaton, The Silent Features Close Up by Daniel Mose. This is A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. I do love this book. Read this for my English class. You can see all the tabs I have. I had a great time. We have Why Men Love Bitches by Sherry Argoff. I did an essay on this book. It's very interesting. The book, not my essay. I think it's interesting, but I'm not gonna tell you to go read it. Stargazer by Lori Petro, I'm gonna assume. This book was interesting. No strong thoughts. Just hot girls being hot girls. A little bit of murder. Going in the back. This is Virginia Woolf, A Room of One's Own. I read this for pleasure. I had a fantastic time. As you can probably, I don't know if you can see the tabs, but they are there. A Streetcar Named Desire, Tennessee Williams. I read this for class. Also enjoyed it. Marlon Brando. Okay, I know a little bit of French, but I don't know this word. So I'm gonna say Bonjour Tristes. That's probably wrong. Sorry. It's by Francis Sagan. I bought this over winter break, intending to read it in the summer. So it'll be going in the back. I'm on Duolingo. That's about it. Speaking of French, this is a French dictionary. Someone threw it at me and told me to keep it, so I have it. This is the Iliad by Homer. This is for pleasure. Haven't read it yet. It's a lot of words. This will be not read at this moment. I gotta wait for my frontal lobe to develop or something. I also have the Odyssey. I thrifted both of these books. Look at how cool that cover is. Whoa, my camera's dying. Give me a moment. Okay. Oh, my knees are cracking. Oh, my coffee. What am I doing? I have coffee. My camera is fully charged. For now. We were talking about Homer. I have not read the Odyssey, but right now I'm distracted because the person who had this before me, annotated it. Ugh. I love used books. Anyway. Probably not gonna read that. Winter Love by Han Suin. Sorry if I said that wrong. Can we just talk about this cover? I read this last winter. It was fine. I wasn't crazy about this book, but I did read it. This is not my book, but it is The Great Believers by Rebecca Mackaye. That's probably Mackay. I'm so sorry, Rebecca. If you can tell. I don't know how to say names. My friend gave me this book. I'm still not over A Little Life. So until that happens, this will not be read. Last book we have here is Catcher in the Rye, J.D. Salinger. I have to be so honest, I loved this book. I loved it. Next we have Jane Eyre. I recently finished this as an audiobook. I tried reading it a couple years ago. It's a big book and I was not ready for it at the time. Audiobook was the way to go for this one for me and I absolutely adored it. Jane Eyre is an icon. Did she marry a man who locked a woman in his attic? Yes, but we got Mad Woman from Taylor Swift out of it, so we're fine. Next we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I read this coming out of a reading slump, and it did wonders for me. Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. Also loved this book. It's crazy. It's Toni Morrison, so you're gonna get some fucked up shit. I don't plan on rereading it. It'll be in the back. My pile is going to fall over. These are short stories by Dostoevsky. Have not read them. Do you think I would read Dostoevsky? At this point in my life, no, I'm not reading this. Another Dostoevsky book. Have I read it? No. Crime and Punishment. But isn't this so pretty? I love this copy. I think it's so cute. It's pink. One day I hope to read Dostoevsky. So this is The Idiot. Sick cover. This is A Little Life. This book has been through the ringer. If you can tell, it is quite beat up, or the cover's missing. She's been through it, and so have I. I will probably put this in the front just to show that I have in fact read it, and I am very brave. Next we have 2 Donna Tartt books. This is The Secret History. I do plan on reading this one soon, hopefully, so I will be putting it in the front, as well as The Goldfinch. This one's heavy. Oh my god. Patrick Modiano. It's Such Fine Boys. I have not read it. Maybe I'll read it. I'll put this in the front and we will see what happens. This is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Have not read it. I don't know if I'm in the mood for this kind of thriller. We will be getting to one that's on my TBR. I feel like this would be a good like summer, like a hot day. That's going in the back. This is I Loved You More by Tom Spanbauer. Also got this the same day I got Such Fine Boys. I Loved You More is the most important book on sexuality, love, and the lowdown of relationships that I ever read. I don't know. I'll put this in the front. This seems kind of interesting. Next we have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You know what this book is about. I need to split this pile into 2 again. Then we have Milk Fed by Melissa Broder. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am strictly like a paperback girl. I hate reading hardcovers. The only time I will read a hardcover book is if I got it from my library or if I thrifted it and I couldn't pass it up. But I do want to read this in the summer. So when I transition to like summer books, this would be coming to the front. We have John Steinbeck, East of Eden. I haven't read a lot of John Steinbeck. I'll put this one in the front and see how I'm feeling because it's kind of intriguing me. This is The Damned and the Beautiful by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I love that it's pink. I feel like I could probably read this. My gut's telling me to put in the front. She's going in the front. This one is not. This is Tolstoy. This is War and Peace. Size of my head. Then we have this this one also scares me, but for different reasons. This is After You by Jojo Moyes. I am emotional over the first one, but I got it for 90 cents, so I feel like I could do it. This is I read this last winter and I still have not gotten the courage to read the second one. Me Before You. Joseph Heller, Catch 22. I don't think I'll be reading this. Little Women, a classic. I loved this book. I am Amy, so watch your back. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Everyone knows what Perks of Being a Wallflower is, so I'm not doing anything new here. What I did do that was new is I DNF'd it. And then we have this. These are red flags. These are red flags. They're by Anonymous. I read Diary of an Oxygen Thief. I don't know where my copy is. It's supposed to be here. I just never read them. Maybe I'll get to it. Let's put them in the front. This is A Tribute and Other Stories. Sat on the floor at Barnes & Noble and read this for a little bit and I really enjoyed it. It's a short little read, so I am gonna put it in the front because I feel like I need to break up all of this big book energy. Then we have Daddy by Emma Cline. I absolutely love this short story collection. It is so good. I love Emma Cline. This is A Secret Life of Bees, Sue Monk Kid. Absolutely love this book. I have a bee tattoo. Can you see it? I love it. This is The Alchemist. This is a great book. I recommend everyone reads it. Fantastic. We have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This book I read in high school, like every other American, It's a great book, and it's gonna go in the back because I am not gonna reread it. Daphne du Maurier, I believe. Rebecca. Have not read it. Looks like I could. Enduring masterpiece of romantic suspense. I'm not gonna read that. Animal Farm! George Orwell. You know, communism. This is Lord of the Flies, another classic that I haven't read and do not plan on reading this winter. Another copy of Little Women. I don't know why I have this. Could probably donate that. Then I have my copy of Lolita. This thing has been beaten up. It's been thrown across my room. There's something about putting Holden Caulfield in between a lesbian romance and Little Women that just scratches an itch in my brain. Time to put the books in front that are actually supposed to be in front. We have this stack. This stack right here. Boom! Ending with Daddy. Let's go. The next shelf has less books on it. If you can see these, they're all Shakespeare, so those are gonna stay up there because I need to prove that I read Shakespeare. It put me in a reading slump. So this is the bottom shelf. This is my TBR. Welcome, first and foremost. We have Pride and Premeditation. I got this for Christmas. It is by Teresa Price. It's a Jane Austen murder mystery, and does that not just sound so exciting? Then I have Dubliners by James Joyce, Ernest Hemingway, and Our Time. So I have a lot of series down here and just like miscellaneous, some fantasy. A lot of my fantasy is at my mom's house. Starting off, I did thrift this for $7, The Vanishing Half. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this shelf because most of the content is up here. Then I have my American Lit, my Norton Anthology copies. I got the wrong edition. So these have just been collecting dust since September. But I have them. Then we have Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. I haven't read it. I'm not much of a thriller gal, so I might just donate that book, but we'll see. This is 100 Years of Solitude. Another book I really want to read, but just haven't gotten around to and did not put it on my main shelf. So it's been sitting on the bottom. Marissa Meyer's Renegades. Want to read it. Just not in a fantasy mood. Not there yet. These are Best American Essays collected by Andre Ackerman. Julian Herbert's Bring Me the Head of Quentin Tarantino. Sophie Mackintosh, Blue Ticket. This one I did buy hardcover from Barnes & Noble just because it sounded so good that I couldn't not have it, and then I just haven't read it. You know what? There she is. She's up there. These are some random like house books. I have some magazines from the 50s. I just thought they were cute. I just have my like Vogue books. Those are going to be staying where they are. I'm not taking these out. Harry Potter series. That is going to stay where it is. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is the one that I stopped on. You know why? There's a reason I did not read this book. I've read everyone up to this one. It's because I love Sirius Black. And then I have the Fantastic Beasts screenplay. This is Lagom. Not too little, not too much. The Swedish Art of Living a Balanced Happy Life. This is just such a cute little book. It's about Swedish living. It's just like all the minimalistic things that they do and why they're happy. These are feminist quotes. Alexa Chung's It. You Are a Badass. Love a good self-help book. Margaret Atwood, Handmaid's Tale. And I have the whole selection series. This is by Kiera Cass. 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This is like the first murder mystery I've ever read. My coworker gave me this randomly, but it was a great book. So if you're looking for a murder mystery that's kind of wacky, I don't know how good this is in like the standard of other murder mysteries, but I really enjoyed it. Probably War by Julia Berry. I do want to read this soon. You know, these big books, I don't know what's happening. These are two books that my friend's dad wrote. Arts with the Devil and The Continuing Adventures of Byron and Bing. And my last three books are The Road We All Looked Up and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I absolutely loved this book. So that's it. I will say I do have other books scattered around my room. I have a cart with a couple, and then I have 2 that I'm reading right now, so they're like by my bed. But that's about it. I'm not going outside, it's too cold and snowy, and I had nothing better to do, so I thought this would be fun. I hope you agree. My camera's gonna die again, so I'm gonna skedaddle. Bye!